Hello, what's up guys, the boss here. Welcome back to a brand new video here on my channel, and today we are going to check out Glacier as I promised you that in yesterday's video. So we're gonna check out the first impression I got from Glacier and the first gameplay I actually had with it. I recorded that one yesterday, but still it's, I think, relevant for this video. And to be honest, this guy was completely different from what I expected him to be, because yeah, he acted completely different, and that's why I just want to share with you my impressions of him in the first footage I got from him. So that's gonna be the first part of this video, and in the second part, as I also compared this guy to the Sorceress, we're gonna do that today more in depth and do a better comparison to see what this guy is actually up to. So let's start with the footage from yesterday with my first impression and see how that went. So you can see the loadout I'm using. I have not put a lot of thought into how I should combine those towers, so it's just for practice, and therefore we hop straight into sudden death and see how that's gonna turn out. Alright, so where is that hero? I think we better start by placing here a mortar right in the beginning, and now let's see where our hero is and how he actually looks inside of Survival Arena. Alright, so this guy looks pretty sick right here. This guy could like crystals combined all together into a huge golem, so this is pretty nice. And now let's see what this ability is. So we're gonna test it. Why can't I use the ability? Ah, you gotta press on it. Alright, that makes a huge difference. Guys, this guy has not a ranged ability like the other heroes all have, but this guy actually is releasing around him some sort of earthquake, like winter earthquake or whatever, and probably stuns the units with it. So that is kind of interesting. I didn't expected that. And let's see what this guy is doing as well in terms of damage. So he's like slicing through his opponent with his right arm, and yeah, so he's also not, he's a close combat guy. And let's see how he's performing actually, or how the ability affects the mini boss. And there you could see the ability, and I'm actually, yeah, I'm not quite sure if the ability is more effective than the one of the Sorceress, but it's obviously a lot faster available, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, so this guy is actually, I didn't expect that. I thought like he's doing long range attacks like the Sorceress is doing, but since he's not doing that, you always need to go closer to the opponents which are coming in. So I'm not quite sure if that's that useful inside of PvE right now. Now you could see that I was not expecting that this guy was necessarily doing melee attack, and this was kind of confusing me in the first place, but I think it's still kind of interesting that this is the first hero with a melee ability attack basically. And also that's why I think it's kind of useful to compare him to long range attack units, and that's exactly what we're gonna do right now. So on the left side you can see the Sorceress, and on the right side you can see the Glacier at the same time. And what I think is kind of interesting is that the Sorceress is just increasing per upgrade by 145 health, and instead the Glacier is increasing by 315 health, which is quite a significant difference, I think. And on top of that, also the attack damage is also quite different from these units in terms of how they increase. So the Sorceress increasing by 29 damage and Glacier by 45 damage per upgrade. So I think from that we can see that Glacier is more or less a tanky unit, so you send him into the opponents and then activate the ability, or in terms of PvP, you send him into the opponent's base and try to do as much damage as possible while covering your units with this guy. So this is kind of a thing I didn't really expect. I thought Glacier is more of a special unit which is basically having an advantage with his ability, but of course that's not the case. Then I also compared the speed of both heroes, and it was not surprising that the Sorceress is actually faster than Glacier. You could see that the Sorceress went to that goal actually quite faster than Glacier did. And then we also compared here the ability and how fast they're available, and that's exactly the same. So once you use the ability of one hero, it's recharges at the same speed than, for example, Glacier's in that sense. And another thing which is also very interesting to see is I compared the effect of the ability of both heroes on units. So I used first of all the Sorceress ability on the mini bosses in round 5 and checked how fast those mini bosses will reach the generator. And of course I did the same thing with Glacier, and surprisingly enough the abilities effect are exactly the same. So those heroes actually have quite a lot of similarities, but however I need to mention here that of course the Sorceress has a long range attack and Glacier has a melee attack, so this is kind of the major difference between them. And of course Glacier is a tanky unit, which is also kind of interesting. Alright, so based on the evidence I presented today, I came to the conclusion that Glacier is of course a PvP hero basically, because you can send him into the opponent's base and do massive damage, while it's pretty hard to kill this guy, instead of the Sorceress, who's more a all-round hero and can help also a little bit with her ability. But we're gonna check that one out as well in a different video, where I'm gonna play with Glacier inside of PvP, so that we can actually prove that as well. And now I want to know from you if you want to get this hero, and also what you think of him. What's your first impression? Do you think this guy is more a PvP or PvE hero? Is he useful? Is he useless? Let me know about all of that stuff in the comments, and that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Have a great day. Peace out.